for the first time. It has been a long wait on the queue, but at least my time has come. Mr. Speaker, sir, first let me take this opportunity before I make my contribution to the motion before the House to thank the great people of Kandui for having elected me to this parliament as their representative. It was a long journey. It wasn't a walk in the park, but I must say, Mr. Speaker, sir, I relied on the support of many, many members of parliament who came out to campaign for me. Together with all the Kandui people, I say a big thank you. I must, at this juncture, Mr. Speaker, sir, to thank you most sincerely, being my mentor, my teacher, and my party leader, for the role you played to get me to this particular August House. It was not an easy assignment to remove my predecessor who had served in this House for 4 terms, 20 years, and a party leader to boot. I must thank the people of Kandui for that favor they granted me to represent them in this House. Turning to the motion before the House, Mr. Speaker, sir, you appreciate the role of the East African community in development matters to us in this particular region. The East African community is a critical component in fostering international trade, regional cooperation, and issues touching on cross-border trade. I must say that the names that have been given here are names that will actually be able to portray, to play a leading role in selecting up the members who will be at the East African Legislative Assembly. I had occasion to visit the East African Legislative Assembly, and I will say without contradiction that our members there, who were there previously, did not actually reflect critically the quality of Kenyans who are representing up in that particular assembly. I will say, Mr. Speaker, that having sat in that particular assembly, having sat in that particular assembly, I was worried particularly about the representatives who are representing this particular country. Mr. Speaker, I hope the committee that has been put in place and has been said by the members who have contributed before me will be able to measure up to the assignments that they will have and be able to reflect the true face of Kenya as they take up their assignments in that particular assembly. Finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to, as I close up on this, reiterate that as I join this assembly, I must be able to state that we must be able to work as a team to be able to deliver on the agenda for Kenyans. The agenda for Kenyans is basically fighting to ensure that we reduce the cost of living, to ensure that our children go to school, to ensure that our mama mbogas and borders are able to earn a living. And to this, I'll support the Kenya Kwanza agenda that is towards ensuring that we establish a hustlers fund that will be able to assist the mama mbogas and the youth of this country to be able to develop up themselves and be able to move up. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish also at this particular juncture to reiterate that as I come to this floor of this House, 3 critical issues are important for the people of Kandui. I start up with the issue of Nzoia Sugar Company. As we speak, Mr. Speaker, the farmers have not been paid. There is no board of management at Nzoia Sugar from the year 2019. The cane is rotting in farmers' farms. The children are not going to school. Mr. Speaker, I will want the head of state to ensure, as he assured the people of Kandui during the campaigns, that Nzoia Sugar Company is going to function and these problems are going to be solved so that the people of Kandui can be able to have value for their sweat. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I wish to state that when we move around Kandui constituency, we have not been able to benefit from the last mile supply of electricity. I wish to state that as it was stated up in the President's speech, we will be able not only to ensure that electricity reaches each and every corner of Kandui, but we will be able to have affordable electricity available to all residents of Kandui who have had a lot of faith by electing me in this particular House. Thirdly, we have had And we have heard from even the President's speech that the issue of the National Government CDF fund is a critical fund that has helped assist many other people in our constituencies. I will be at the forefront, Honorable Speaker, to ensure that we team up with all the other members of this particular House to ensure that we ring-fence the Constituency Development Fund to ensure that it assists our people the way it's expected to do. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I wish to state that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. And at this particular juncture, we will want to move and ensure that the National Health Insurance Fund takes off, and we ring-fence it from any other assaults that were there by people who are who are siphoning funds from that particular fund, because we must ensure that universal health care comes to fruition. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I wish to state that, finish my remarks by restating the words of Henry Ford, that coming together is a beginning, working together is progress, and keeping together is success. I wish to state that, as we state in the prayer we state every day here when we come to this particular House, we exist for the just government of the people, for the welfare of society and just government of the people. We hope we'll be able to rise to the occasion to ensure that we'll fulfill the promises made up to our people. That is all I wish to state, Mr. Speaker, sir. I support